Am I still in a relationship? Moving on, we've got a special guest. Just to be like really honest with you guys, I was sinking in this terrible hole of, also I feel like I'm going to be forgetting like a lot of key things I wanted to say. Just like follow me on Instagram and I will like update you. Hi everybody, it's me, Kandee, and we're going to be doing a life update and get ready with me. Hopefully I'll keep it short. I know everybody likes much shorter things than they used to like, maybe longer videos in the past, so I'm hoping I can do my full makeup in like 20-25 minutes. I filmed this video like 7 times now and it's come out way too long, so hopefully this time we get it shorter. I got all your questions and I asked on Instagram, and also I'm just gonna do my way of makeup. I've done it as a professional makeup artist for over 20 years. I know there's a lot of things you see on TikTok nowadays and everywhere else, and there's a lot of creativity, and I love TikTok, and there's amazing people doing amazing things in makeup in the beauty world, but some of it, now that my girls are wearing makeup, I'll see them and I'm like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? That's so dangerous. Or that's not gonna stay on. That's not gonna look in a couple hours. And they're like, I saw it on TikTok. Like, don't ever use that product in that way or on that part of your face. So I feel like as a makeup mama, I want to inform people of the safe way, the professional way, all the ways that it's gonna look good. I like skin to look good, and I've been trained in it. You need makeup to look good under a high definition camera. It's gotta look good for 10 to 12 hours, and it's gotta look like there's not a lot on there. And now that I'm getting a little older, I want it to also make me look younger. So there's some tips and tricks I use to do that, because your girl is 44, okay? So we're just trying to look maybe like I'm 24. Also, I will show you guys some videos on like my anti-aging tips. I've been using anti-aging tips and things since I was about 13 years old. And let's get started, shall we? Here's my nails. Don't look too close. They need a fill. But in case anybody's like, are those sparkly hearts on your nails? Yes, they are. So I got on my makeup here. I'm going to put some chapstick on because I always like to do that. So they're just marinating in moisture until we get to Lip Town. This is an old Ride or Die, guys. I'll probably do a video on my old Ride or Dies, but this is my Treat Jumbo Beauty Lip Balm. I've been using this stuff for like over 10 years. So let's get started. We're going to cover all the topics, but first we're just going to start out with my kids update. We'll start out because that's a fun one. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, you will see I posted a picture that was 3 of my children are all way taller than me, which feels very crazy. Ellie is the only one that is not taller than me. So Ellie is 12, which I literally cannot believe she's 12. I feel like I was just telling you guys I was pregnant with her. It's crazy. And she's in 6th grade. Blake is 15 and he is a freshman. Alani is 17. Like, what is even happening? It makes me so sad. Like, I feel like they're getting big too fast, and then they're gonna move out soon and I don't want them to. I'm just gonna miss them. And she's a senior. And then Jordan, who you guys know as Jordan, he's gone by Kane for years now. It was a name we were gonna name him. It has to do with the tradition on his father's side. And so he's just gone by Kane. Sometimes I call him Jordan every once in a while, but nobody calls him that anymore. He is 26. Like, I cannot even believe it. It's just crazy to me. So that's the kids update. Whoops, I need a different color. I do like a mixture because one color is I've never used just one color all over the whole face. Your face has many different parts to it, and each parts are gonna be different. I'm gonna use a different concealer later, but this is just how we blend and make this look all right. Okay, next topic. Okay, a little bit of a hair update. I know you guys asked for a hair update. I saw during the pandemic, I cut my hair, cut it pretty short. It was like shaved in the back. My head hasn't been shaved in the back in many, many years. And I like cut it even shorter after that when it was trying to grow out. Right now, I do have some extensions in to make it longer. So my real hair is like, I don't know, it's like down here. My bangs are like down here. But I am thinking of doing my 2009 haircut. Now, I know a lot of people, if I describe this, and I was on a live and people are like, that's a wolf cut. You guys, this was way before the wolf cut existed. I think we need to give it a different name. What if we bring back 2009 Kandee hair? Tell me what you think in the comments. Okay, we'll just get this yucky one out of the way because it's just like, bleh. So a bunch of people asked for a health update, how's my hand, all that kind of stuff. So if you guys didn't know, my sister was diagnosed with Lyme disease, so was my mom. And then I was, I guess, finally diagnosed. I don't want to claim that I have it. I don't like saying that because it feels like I'm weak. Like, oh no, I had this little thing. And then if a day where I feel really tired, I'm like, oh, it's my disease. Like, I don't want that. I want to speak power into it. I want to say, I'm feeling good. I just want to be extra healthy so my body is strengthened and going great to keep me as healthy as possible. They think that's probably what attributed to like my heart issues, which if you guys have followed me, like I've had heart issues concerned. I've been in the emergency room a bunch. We're just doing some strategic powdering because as you get older and not in your teens and 20s. You got to be strategic with your powdering. I'll do videos on my tips and tricks for how to look younger. I don't know why the accent comes out either, guys. So I just have to say super healthy. And then during the pandemic, I did get COVID. I did lose my taste and my smell. And the smell was so weird, you guys. Like, my favorite smell is coffee. And coffee smelled disgusting to me, like burnt roasted chicken. We've got a special guest, guys. Ellie, do you want to come in?
Hello.
Ellie's going to say hello. Hi. This is 12-year-old Ellie. Can you believe it? And she bought a kitty. Ellie is so good at makeup, you guys. Like, exceptionally good at makeup. I will have to post some pictures. When she was 8, she did this pearl makeup look that was so symmetrical, I could not even believe it. So Ellie wants to be doing some videos with me, and Alani too. So we'll have some fun videos with the girls too, Hiles.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming to visit me, Dolly.
You're welcome. Do you want me to take Great Girl out?
Maybe, because she's like a little purry. She's making a lot of loud catty noises.
Okay.
Thank you, Dolly.
You're welcome.
Also, a side note, people always ask, why do I call her and Alani Dolly? Is there a reason behind it? My mom used to call us Doll and Dolly when we were little, and so I think it just like, I just still call them Doll or Dolly. I actually wanted to name Ellie Dolly, but nobody was on a bandwagon with me, but I think that would have been the cutest name ever. Also, I forgot a key step of my talking. I did not do any of my contouring. I never, ever do the contouring over the powder, but we're going to do it today because, I forgot. So this is not how I would normally do it, but just pretend I put this on before I did my powdering to lock it in place. This is not my usual method of doing it. Okay, so for health things, thankfully, like my scent has come back. And I did have the COVID. It did it's not good for autoimmune diseases, which is what Lyme disease is. And it really like affected my heart. So that was not good. Not how I would do it. We're not even gonna set it anymore. We've got enough powder going on. This is not a tutorial in doing this, okay? This is just how to fix a mistake I made. Thumb update, if you guys didn't know, my thumb, I hurt it, I cut it, it was bad, I had to have emergency surgery, had some nerve problems. It's not 100%, I don't know if it's ever gonna feel the same. Like right now, it feels weird. It doesn't feel like the rest of my fingers. It's like numb in spots, it's hypersensitive. Certain things will like hurt it more, or like if I work out, or if I don't even know what, like sometimes just makes it hurt more. I'm just thankful that she's attached, like being here. Thank you, Jesus, for letting me keep her. But she just feels weird and I just get used to it. And then also for the Lyme thing, I just got to be really healthy. So like during the pandemic, I was just ordering pizza. I was eating cookies. It was not a healthy time. Like I gained like 35, 40 pounds. Like my cardiologist is always like, you need to work out. You need to do all these things to keep your heart healthy, keep your body super healthy and everything, your lymph system moving and everything. And I was like, this is not the way to feel healthy. And I was feeling like crazy lethargic and tired and everything. And so I was like, I have got to get back in fit shape. Like I want to feel fit and feel strong. So some of you guys know I've been running like for many years of my life. I love it. And I started running again. I started lifting weights. I've always loved lifting weights. I did this all at home. And I would do some Taebo just because it makes me feel strong. You know, I've done Taebo probably since I was a teenager. My mom did Taebo videos at home. And I couldn't fit into any of my clothes, which I was like, I'm not going anywhere. So I'm not going to go out and buy new clothes. I'm going to wear the 2 sweatpants that fit me and the 2 oversized shirts that fit me. And then finally, I started fitting back in my clothes again. And I just feel strong, you guys. Like I feel like, look at this. Like, I'm like, hello, say hello to this little muscle. I feel like if someone were to try to attack one of my kids, I'd be like, I'm a little stronger. I go amped up with muscle power. Some of my other muscles, they're still hiding, but they're going to come out and say hello eventually. I just like feeling like strong and charged up. Like I was sitting on the ground the other day and then like I went to like, I don't know, like I flexed my leg to like turning it up and I could feel like my glute and my hamstring like flex and it like lifted me up and I was like, well, look at the muscle power just lifted me up. I just felt great. And my energy level is up. I feel so good. And then like I'll eat junky sometimes because life's a balance. And I'll feel the difference. Like I'm like, ugh, I feel tired. I feel lethargic. And then when I eat the healthy, I'm like, oh, I feel like I can take on the world. I love it. Moving on, health update, hair update. People ask, how did I deal with the pandemic? I did not enjoy it. The pandemic was not a good time for Kandee. I wasn't feeling good about myself. Every time in the comments, people were saying things like, oh, she's pregnant because I had gained the weight every post. And I was getting so tired of it. I didn't even want to post pictures of myself or film videos because it was all people were saying. And in the comments, I was just trying to be like, no, I just gained weight. And then I was just tired of it. And I wasn't feeling good about myself at all. I was full-time teaching my kids their schooling from their school. They didn't have teachers weren't teaching. So I was teaching an elementary all day long, a middle school, and then a high school. And sometimes we would just, by the time I got through each of the lesson plans that each of their schools, their class were having to do, it would be 9 o'clock at night. I was wanting to cry. I was just overwhelmed. I know other people were blowing up, posting TikToks and doing all kinds of things. And I was just kind of feeling depressed and sad and overwhelmed and wanting to cry. There were good things. I loved getting able to spend that much time with the kids. And that time I think is a true gift that we got so much time together. So that there were little blessings throughout that time. So there were things I did, I worked on some projects I didn't even post about that I worked on during the pandemic. I hosted 2 seasons of a makeup show.
Your host and judge, Kandee Johnson.
I worked on some makeup projects. We did crazy amounts of COVID testing. I'm on my way to get my 9,000 COVID test. And then there were just other projects that I worked on. Some things I posted, some things I didn't. I feel like I cannot talk when I do this. I can't talk when I do lips, and I can't talk when I do eyeliner. I'm just gonna do a baby liner lift. It just lifts the eye. I'll do a tutorial on this later. So also recently, I have been doing a lot of brand consulting. We're getting more into speaking engagement time now that it's not so crazy with the pandemic. I've got my not favorite angled brush, but we're just going to use it because I can't find my favorite. Also, I feel like I'm jumping all around. It's hard to do the makeup. I feel like it makes me sound like an idiot. What? You can't do your makeup and talk at the same time? It's I focus on this and then I'm what else am I doing? So what was I talking about? Things I've been doing. Before the pandemic, I was planning on doing this. So it was going to be, if you guys remember, the Glamnars I did. They were a live event of teaching makeup, and it was so much fun. It was the difference of listening to a song you like and going to a concert. It was getting to meet you, interact with you guys, teach you things. And then there was another component that I was going to do that was just going to be how to get your life started, go after your goals and dreams, how to organize, how to make that and find your purpose, find your calling, and then how to make that happen. Also, I just have to say, this Benefit blush, it smells like the Tinkerbell blush I used when I was little, and I feel like it just unlocks every core memory of me liking makeup when I was 6 years old. I love it. A little highlighter as well. Okay, I'll finish that thought, then we'll get into the side note thing. So for the also highlighting, you don't want to be highlighting the crinkles. You just want to highlight very specifically for your face to look younger and like a baby. So I was working on doing that before the pandemic started, and then that happened. I was okay, this is not going to work. So stay tuned if you'd be interested in doing that. Also, I feel like I'm going to be forgetting a lot of key things I wanted to say in this video because I can't remember it all. Just follow me on Instagram and I will update you on anything else I missed or forgot. The girls they were smaller, so they didn't like makeup before, and now they love it. So a lot of my makeup, Ellie is obsessed with Drunk Elephant and Rare Beauty. Those things will go missing, and I'm Ellie, do you have this? And the Drunk Elephant is a whole other level of skincare craze that is going on. But the girls love doing makeup, and now they want to do videos with me. So I honored their dad's request of not showing them. When I got popular, I understood on Instagram, there was a concern about safety or them being seen or things like that. And so that's why I didn't show them a lot. They have a lot of fun ideas of things we want to do. Plus they each watch different types of TikToks and videos to do different challenges or fun things. And I think that part is going to be so fun because I love my girls so much. They're my little best friends. The boys don't really want to be seen on the internet, and I get it. Boys don't really want their pictures taken. Fully respect that too. If they want to do it, we'll do it. If not, I will not do that also. Where are we at? I feel like I'm missing so many elements of things. Also for me, there's a period where I felt a little depressed, a little overwhelmed, a little burned out. I've been doing makeup tutorials for over 14 years. And so I started in 2009, January of 2009. I started writing my blog before that in 2008, if you guys remember that. Some people don't know, I wrote 2 blogs. One was a more family mom blog, and then one was more fashion beauty. And then I also had 2 YouTube channels. I had my Candyland channel, and then I had my regular Kandee Johnson channel. So I was uploading to 2 YouTube channels, and I was writing 2 blogs a post every day. As a single mom, this was a lot for a lot of years to be doing this. And I feel like 14 years in like internet is like dog years. Like that's like 100 in years in real life. So it's a lot of time. And you guys have seen like my editing. I would be getting just a couple hours of sleep to edit and film and post everywhere and do all this. And it really, I feel like it just burnt me out. I feel like I didn't have any ideas. Like I had nothing creative, nothing to share. I've posted over 500 videos. I mean, hundreds of videos. I don't even know. I know it's over 500 for sure. We're going to do a bit of overlining because you know me, I am the queen of overlining. And there's a technique to it too. Like it's not just overlining. It's like doing a smoky eye. Like there's layers, there's tricks. You pinch, you shape, you curve, you do all these things. So I'll do a video on that separately. And it's crazy because when I started YouTube, there was not even hardly any people, not just doing beauty, but doing YouTube at all. Like a YouTuber was not a career. Nobody talked about. There was not, the beauty community did not exist. There was not an influencer. YouTuber wasn't even used as a name. And so it was very crazy to see. Sorry, again, I cannot talk at this heart. I don't want any bumps and wobbles. So the YouTube community was not like around. So to watch it turn into the YouTube beauty community, and then to see when so many people started doing it, which is so fun. It made the community, everybody was just blowing up and doing all kinds of videos. And then at some point, it just felt like, to me, just to be like really honest with you guys, it felt like maybe people didn't want to see me, or they wanted to see what this new iteration of what this YouTube beauty community had become. And I felt like I wasn't like that. Like my videos weren't like that. I felt like maybe I was just like, I don't know what made me feel like everybody wanted to watch what this new wave of things were and not what I was doing. And part of me just felt like I didn't have I don't know. I don't really know how, but it just made me feel like really sad and maybe like not lost, but I was like, I don't know what people want from me. I've taught everything from how to like do your eyelashes to contouring. This is like 14 years ago, like so long ago. FYI, I do want to redo those videos, like an updated beauty school, beauty 101, because that quality was bad. Also, I'm just going to do a video of my ride or dies for like 20 years as a makeup artist, 10 years of makeup artist, because this is one of those colors that I've been using for so many years. It's crazy. This is Plum and Soar from MAC. I'll do a whole thing. And then I would meet people and they'd be like, oh my gosh, I used to watch you on YouTube. They're like, I just don't watch YouTube anymore. That was when I was a teenager. That's when I was 12. That's when I was in middle school and I was 10. Now I have kids. And I just be like, okay, so I don't know. Do I fit here anymore? Do people want to see me? So I also want to ask you guys too, like what platforms are you guys watching most? I want to like give you what you guys want to see. So where are you at? I want to do more shorts. I want to do more TikToks. I love the fun in short too. But I also feel like sometimes when you watch so much short, for me anyway, it feels like it starts to give me anxiety. Like I'm like 2 seconds in, I got to see something else. This is boring me. And I'm like, I just feel like my brain is like ramping up or something. And I do miss like just a long, enjoyable something. And I do miss that part. So let me know if you guys miss that and what of that do you miss. We're just doing a little contouring here with the lips. And then also there was like a term, I was doing like a live with people and some of these girls were sharing their stories of like, that it wasn't just makeup that they came to me for, that I helped them through a hard time, whether it was them going through cancer, dealing with the loss of a loved one, precious stories that people shared, just tragic things that they went through, or moving to a new country and not knowing anybody. And I felt like the constant in their life. Like it just touched my heart. I'm not going to start crying. It just reminded me that my purpose always felt when I started YouTube, it wasn't to be famous. It was like not like a popular thing like it is now, like everybody's doing it. And I started because I wanted to help people. As a makeup artist, I thought, oh, this is the coolest way. When I started, literally was a single mom who had been a professional makeup artist for years. I was at a really hard place. I had moved away from LA. I was far from my career. My family at the time had all like moved away and I was still there. And I prayed one day and I just asked God to give me something because I didn't know what I was going to do. I didn't even know that it was going to be YouTube. I didn't even know YouTube was a thing. And I didn't even know that could be a career path or anything or any of the blessings it would lead to in my life. But I remember like within literally like the next day or two, my friend showed me Lauren Luke on the YouTube and was like, hey, Kandee, look at this girl in the UK. She's teaching makeup. You could do this like in the US. And then that's how it started. But there was no money being made. It was just because I wanted to share. I wanted to make people know how to feel beautiful. And then, of course, everybody asked more things like, well, how do you cut your t-shirt? How do you whiten your teeth? What do you eat for breakfast? And it turned into this friendship relationship that I loved that part so much. That when I talked to these girls, they reminded me, it was more than me teaching them how to do their eyebrows, more than teaching contouring tricks or being entertained by watching a transformation, that I helped them through these hard times. I'm not gonna cry. And that just made my heart, that feels like the fulfilling purpose of my heart, to be able to do that. Because makeup is silly. I love it, but it's not the deep thing that feels like I'm wrapping my heart around yours, which I love being able to do. And that's what I've missed, whether it's YouTube, TikTok Shorts, or whatever. But YouTube, I feel, gave a longer, I felt like I got to wrap you up in my heart and share things with you. And that's what felt beautiful about it to me. And so when I did these lives, it just reminded me of that. And I ran into a couple people that came up to me in real life and were just sharing with me their stories. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is what feels like my heart has missed that from YouTube. Even if I felt like I didn't belong there, or I felt like other people were really what people wanted to see on YouTube, I felt like, and I wasn't even taking my own advice, because I always tell people, each of us, whether you want to do a career in anything and you feel like there's a bunch of people already doing it, nobody is you. Nobody has your creativity. Nobody has your fingerprint. Nobody has your voice, your experience, your life, the things that you've done like you do. And I always tell people, you are like a hot pink tree in a forest of green, or be a hot pink tree in a forest of green. Even if there's a bunch of trees out there, you go and be your own little unique tree. And I wasn't even listening to my own advice. I was just over there feeling like, oh, nobody wants to see what I'm doing anymore. I don't even have any ideas. I've already done every video on everything there is to do about makeup. What else do I have to share? And I was just sinking in this terrible hole of like sadness, depression, and feeling awful, I felt like I lost my purpose, or I lost my way. And I was not listening to my own Kandee advice that I told other people for years, And you are a precious diamond, whether you feel like everything has gone wrong, and that is just how a diamond's made. It's a bunch of coal pressed together, and the more it's pressed together, the more beautiful and it sparkles in the world. So no matter what you've gone through, you feel like your mirror is cracked and shattered. Remember, that's what makes you the bright, shiny disco ball. It's all the cracks that reflect even light more. You are more sparkly. You are more rich. You are more dazzling. I feel like everybody, you guys, touch my heart to remind me that I do matter to you, and there was a purpose beyond just teaching you makeup things or tricks or hacks or how to feel like you look prettier, all those kind of things. And that really is what has been on my heart, to inspire people to be happy, to be joyful, to be fun, to be unique, to stand out, and all those things. And I just can't thank you guys enough for ever pouring that back into my heart to fill up my little bucket of love in my heart. And I just thank you all for doing that, because it's meant more than you ever know. And I always start crying. So we've got hand update, hair up, projects in the works. Okay, so in the works things, I'm almost done with my makeup as well. Ooh, we forgot my eyebrows. So I've had a lot of things in the works. We've had the Glaminars, which the live in-person things. Also, we had like a podcast that was going in a certain direction, but my attorney was like, no, it's not good. So we didn't do that podcast. Let me know what you guys would like to see a podcast from me. So the podcast I wanted to do for years, which I'm excited about. And I just want you guys to know, I'm working on some things. I can't tell you all of the things I'm working on, but there are things that I've always wanted to do, guys. And I know a lot of people throw this out. They're like, oh, everybody's doing a beauty line. It's like a cash grab. And I just want you guys to know, I'm just going to say, if, when, whatever, I ever do a makeup line, it is never going to be for a cash grab reason, because I was mixing up eyeshadows and scraping chapsticks and making my own products since I was 14, you guys. In the 90s, I was doing this. And then I got into makeup long before this was even the beauty community was a thing, and I have had opportunities for people to say, oh, we want to do a beauty line with you. So like countless, you guys, like since I started, and they were big deals offering, lots of money and all these things. And it just didn't feel perfect enough. It didn't feel right, because this feels like my little baby, like this little precious thing. I'm like, no, that's not good. It has to be so perfect. It has to be so good. And I just held out. And yes, so you guys know me, I love me some makeup. I'm still mixing 75 lip colors to make the colors I want. And there's products that don't exist that I wish were a certain way, formulation way. Other things too, like you guys know I'm so big on the scent. Even though I couldn't smell the coffee, I could always smell sweet and delicious smell. You guys, if we were to make a list, I have always loved jewelry. I used to want to be a fashion designer before anything. I would love to design things, whether it was workout clothes, clothing things. I just want to bring some joy and sparkly things for you guys. I want a fun version of things. I want an improved version of things. I want sparkly, wonderful things that bring joy to your life, no matter what it is. And there's other things in the works too that I'll tell you guys about. I just want them to be things that make people's lives better and feel like you live happier with it. Did I cover all of the things? I know I'm forgetting so many things. Just follow me on Instagram and I'll fill you in on something else I forgot. But I know you guys asked, am I still in a relationship? The answer is yes, I am still in a relationship. Ian and I have been dating for almost 3.5 years now. But we haven't done like a how I met or anything video like that. If you guys want to, let me know about that because it's a whole story about that part and the dating part. But I guess 3.5 years is a pretty good chunk of time. So I can tell you more guys about that if you guys want. But other than that, oh my gosh, I didn't even do my eyebrows. What in the hay bales is going on? You know I love me some eyebrows. What in the world? Okay, this is just the Goof Fruit pencil. Also, I heard 90s brows are coming back. Like, my eyebrows barely survived the first round of the 90s brows. I do want to do a bunch of, like, 90s recreations of, like, my 90s makeup, like, recreate them now. So let me know what you guys would love to see of that. Also, I do my eyebrows the same way. Like, I know eyebrow trends have come and gone. I saw the eyebrows of the 2015s, and I never did them, like, the ombre brow thing. I just like my brows being, like, a timeless Marilyn Monroe brow. Like, it looked good in the 50s. The 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, and that's just kind of like the brow I like. I am literally forgetting so many things to tell you. I want to do some old things, you guys. I want to bring back the what's in my bag, some monthly favorites, plus some new fun challenges, and like we have some really fun things with the girls that we want to do too. Let me know, where do you guys see content most? Do you just want to see YouTube shorts? Do you want TikToks? Do you want reels? Do you want longer form on video? And if you do, what do you want to see from me? I mean, I got some old tips and tricks we're going to revamp for sure. But I just want to encourage you guys, no matter what you're going through, you remember you are more beautiful than you know. You are more talented than you think. And you've got gifts and things to share with the world. And you're more loved than you can possibly imagine from this girl right here. I'm sending you so many hugs and so much love to the computer. This is a get ready with me, not hair version, okay? We're just going to take the headband off and see what... Oh boy, I have to put the headband back on. I can't make it look good. Just don't look at my hair anymore. Just know that I love you guys so, so much. And I hope that you feel it from the bottom of my heart. I'm just wrapping my heart around each and every one of you. Thank you for ever watching me. Just know that I love you so, so much. And I will see you guys in the next video. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. You can follow me on TikTok, on Facebook, Snapchat, all those places. And just know that I love you guys. And I will see you in the next video. And look what Ellie has done. While we've been filming, Ellie has put her hair. This is a very old heatless drawing thing I've had for like 10 years. I can't wait to see how your hair comes out.
I know, I'm so excited.